Welcome to Soul Too Late Sports Card Podcast, home of those intrusive thoughts. This is a pilot, episode 1, episode 0 thing. We'll see what fucking happens here. This is like Nick at Night, only worse. We have here Kai and Jocu, who have also decided to unfortunately join me in something that is going to be a disaster. Something that is going to be one of the funniest things you will probably ever see. Somewhat related to sports cards, mostly related to sports, and probably knowing Jocu, like the JFK assassination. We will figure it out as we go. The idea being that Soul Too Late will be a monthly special edition of the people that you have come to know and probably dislike. But hey, fuck it. Who cares?
Everyone loves Kai, so I don't know about the other.
I like Kai.
I was really looking forward to like having like a whole Kai segment, like Kai's cool conversations or something along those lines, like where we just talk just a Kai segment. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if you want to put that in a visual or something.
I think for legal reasons we probably shouldn't. You are going to be the number one reason for cancellation. I'm the number 4 podcaster from Pyongyang, and that's Kai.
Wait, announce that again, or how do you say that? Is that a real place?
Pyongyang, like North Korea, which
number 4 podcaster in Poontang.
It's close enough.
You're not from the South, so like I know you can actually read, but you're from Stockton, California, which I'm pretty sure basically means you could be illiterate and probably get like a bunch of handout money for free.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kai's like, so we have our other business going on. We might talk about that eventually, because the guy that told us like not to tell anyone basically like tells everyone that what he does. So maybe we'll talk about that one day, but yeah, I'm surprised Kai stuck with me this long because, yeah, to your point, I might not be able to read all that much. Like when he sends me something, he's like, read this. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll for sure read that. Like, I'll get right to that. And I've just been kind of putting it off and to see how long that lasts. So
it's okay. We're all busy people, you know.
Yeah, I'm busy. That's why I can't read. I mean, don't read. Yeah.
No, I think you can't read. Both of you can't read because of your education. I mean, Kai, being from Florida, I'm legitimately surprised you first made it to your mid-20s. Secondly, have a college degree. And third, somehow become the brain and the brawn of your guys' business.
Hey, I'm the brawn, first of all. And number two, Florida can't be taught. They have their stuff figured out. I want to talk about all these other states that think they're better than other people and have homeless people shitting in the street. Meanwhile,
like
Florida, yeah, like California, 100%. I don't live there, though. I don't live in the places where people are shitting. I'm the only person that's going to shit on my street. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what makes you? Is that what you're like? Gets you going? Is that like makes you excited? Like, is that just like really?
It's more
within
of
3 minutes. You just want to start shitting in the streets, like?
No, it's just a point of dominance. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not gonna let someone else shit on my street, if that makes sense.
So you're protecting it by shitting in the street, is what you're telling me.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't shit in my own street. To clarify, like, I'm not outside just shitting in my street. But
if you wanted to.
If someone were to, it would be me, is my point. And I'm not going to let some homeless person shit on my street.
It's kind of like it's like a wolf, like, peeing and, like, marking its territory, right? Kind of.
I think so.
Yeah, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, or, like, not to get political, or, like, Gavin Newsom saying he's going to, like, clean up all the streets in San Francisco for all these communists to come in, and he won't clean it up for us tax-paying citizens, but, you know, that's neither here nor... I don't like to get into politics, so...
Jocu's going to be the reason why I start drinking, because I am already concerned, and we're 4.5 minutes in. My God, what have I done?
Cheers.
Cheers to probably getting in trouble already.
What I said.
I don't know, man. We're just getting started. That's the scary thing. And it's funny because we all met through sports trading cards. This is somewhat related to sports trading cards. We'll keep the branding probably around the same. TBD. We'll see if this episode even launches. Might probably get FCC canceled. Probably, have like Donald Trump call me like, hey man, like can't do that. But we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. What I will say, though, is it's interesting that we have decided to just say, yeah, fuck it, who cares? Because in the industry we all love and care about, You posting a bid on an item that you don't intend on paying for means you're excommunicated from the entire sports card world. Everyone hates you. You lose years of progress on your own successful podcast and your standing. And meanwhile, I'm the asshole here making fucking dick jokes and talking about shitting in the street, just like Jocu. So I guess obviously we are going to be madly successful and everyone's going to love us, right?
I'm not going to have any Rob slander on this program.
I will say on that note, I think if you took a poll where everyone had to be dead honest, and if you lied, you got shot or something, I would guarantee
like that one game show, that Korean one where
I guarantee you 99.9% of people have won a card on eBay and not paid for it.
Kai, I'm sure 90. I personally paid for all mine. Kai, have you?
Oh,
we could do. No,
I pay for all my cards. I'm the 0.1%.
I'm going to disagree with Kai. I absolutely paid for every single item I've ever bid on before on eBay.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking idiot. Like, what's wrong with you?
Can't be acting good for the camera, Dave.
Yeah, back to the States conversation. You know, there's people that just run into places and just take a bunch of stuff and they don't pay for any of it. Like, they should go after those people, not rob.
We should switch industries.
Dude, imagine if they just rob like the eBay vault and you could just go and be like, "Yep, mine, son."
So I don't know when this episode's going to launch. We'll figure that out. This is funny that I'm the straight guy in this conversation, especially with
I think
you.
We're all straight.
Debatable. My fiance is a great cover, obviously. The point is, it's so interesting.
I cuddled when I went to visit him.
Who was the big spoon? Who was the little spoon? Like, do I need to know? Or
we kind of just hugged. He just, he was happy to see me in the morning.
That's so cute. All right. Anyway, what I was going to get to. This is being recorded on Monday, November 20th. I'm not sure when it will launch. I'm not sure if it will launch. We'll have to see. I'll play back. Probably be very concerned. But we do have Thanksgiving coming up. And the title of this episode, at least the standing title going into it, was like Inappropriate Thanksgiving Conversations. Only because I already know that Jocu is going to be the king of inappropriate conversations of Thanksgiving. And I was giving, we were chatting about this before, a little bit before we recorded. And there are a couple things that came up that like you probably shouldn't talk about. Obviously, all your amazing sports card investments and how you're making so much money and how you're so fucking wealthy is the top one on the list because obviously you're doing incredible.
You're saying Lucas can't have Thanksgiving? Or?
What are you saying? What did you just say?
I said you're saying Lucas can't have Thanksgiving?
Lucas can buy Thanksgiving. If we're going back in time to our friend Sports Card Mania Lucas, founding of Thanksgiving, he would be the one who would.
He was Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, exactly. That's a better
he
joke.
He took Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
He borrowed it and just didn't pay back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so besides that, obviously, things you can't talk about at Thanksgiving, all your amazing sports card investments, how incredible you are in this fucking industry, how like you're such a hobby goat and you're a legend. Politics is probably not a good one to talk about. I know the Jocu was.
Let me stop you there.
Yep.
All right. So if you're gonna have these people at Thanksgiving that bring up that little subtle conversation, like they'll bring up like, oh, I don't want to talk about politics, but if you voted for Trump, you're a racist. I'm going to stop them right there because if they voted for Joe Biden, first of all, and like I said, I don't like to get into politics. I consider myself an independent, thinking of like which party or which person's going to fuck up our country the least. And if someone says, oh, if you voted for Trump, you're a racist, but I voted for Joe Puppet Biden, I'm going to stop him right there and probably call him a name that I wouldn't even say on this podcast. And now that I bought a house, I'm going to kick them out of my house because if they want to say that, oh, these group of people are racist, but they voted for a guy that can't even stand on the stage and they're still standing behind it, I got a problem with that. And number two, if we're talking politics, I went to Walmart today and there's not one Jesus ornament. And last time I checked, it's Christmas, not any of these other holidays. And no matter what you say, Dave, if you want to get your own holiday, you guys can go ahead and get your own. But this holiday is about Jesus Christ. All right, that's all I'm saying. Christmas. Get your own holiday if you don't like
Hanukkah. I'm just curious.
Yeah, Joker, are you the dumbest motherfucker alive? Not even sorry. Are you the most Texas, California person ever? Did you get a fucking reversed? Because I feel like most people move from California to Texas. Did you get fucking like dropped on your head or something and you just became the most fucking redneck Texaner who just lives in California ever? Or like, what the fuck is going on here?
What did I say that was wrong there? Let's
you I think you put on a fucking southern like twang.
Oh, did I add an accent halfway?
That's a little twang in there, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's not on purpose.
Hey, when he gets fired up, he just starts kind of like fitting in with the culture, you know.
But then what culture is there?
You'd have to ask him. I'm not sure.
You got 3 fucking idiots here. One from New Jersey, one from Florida, and one I think from California. Did you fucking try and what's the fucking math equation?
Yeah, we're in like each corner of the.
Yeah, if you're like trying to do oh my god, math is useless. If you're trying to fucking triangulate all that, you're gonna end up in like I don't know, Mississippi or like Kansas, like right in the middle of the country. So
I just want to know what I said. Just what did I say that was wrong? That's all I'm asking.
I'm not saying anything you said was wrong. I'm saying you just turned into the most Texas Californian ever.
Kyle, what do you have to say? I want to hear your opinion.
I'd probably avoid like tax evasion at the dinner table.
Oh
yeah, I don't want them to catch on.
Different conversation.
You don't want to give away your, strategies. But other than that, I mean, you guys kind of hit the nail on the head. I think there's pretty good range topics that most people tend to, stray away from. But
what's your stance on Christmas?
It's a good holiday.
What?
I take part.
Yeah. Do you think they got to put Jesus back on the tree instead of this Santa guy, or no?
Are you fucking?
I mean, you could have a good share of both. I don't see a problem with blending.
Didn't South Park settle this? Like, didn't Jesus and Santa fight it out? Like, that's how I get all my history and my current events is only South Park reruns. So I'm pretty sure, Jocu, they've solved this for you.
You gotta say our disclosure about how we're all idiots and any opinions are just most likely jokes.
Jocu is the dumbest person alive, and anything he says can be taken 100% factual, and you should ridicule him, especially on social media. He deserves to be bullied. There's your disclosure.
I appreciate it. Kai's on the Instagram too, so he'll see anything. If you hate him, make sure to drop Jocu at Jocu Sports Cards. He'll see anything that you post too. So if you hate him, make sure to.
I'm head of the HR department. It's kind of a nightmare.
There we go.
I can only imagine that. First off, if you guys had your own HR department, I think you'd spend more time filing complaints than actually getting work done, just based on the stories that I've heard.
Luckily, we only have 2 employees in our business.
Yeah, so you're just harassing each other. That's what I'm hearing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We basically said if we ever get to the point where we need an HR department, then we're probably going to want to downsize.
You've gotten too successful. You don't want to actually deal with your problems.
Can't be getting in the mess with all that crap.
Yeah. A lot of lawsuits coming out,
Yeah.
I mean, so ironically, and I did not read this article at all yet. Apparently, New York Jets icon Joe Namath was being accused of being a pedophile protector in a bombshell lawsuit. And no,
50 years ago.
This is not me making this up, Jocu. This just fucking came out.
Oh, we gotta have this as a segment, like where you drop a random news article that we haven't all, because I don't really read, like I said. So if you read it to me, we could discuss it on the pod.
Jocu, you not reading is the least surprising thing you've said so far. This came out earlier today. I've not read the article yet because I just found it on our group chat. You reading is you know how a couple years ago, Floyd Mayweather was challenged to read Green Eggs and Ham for like $1 million, and he didn't do it.
A book, like a page in the Cat in the Hat book.
Oh, Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, whatever. Yeah, I'd like to see you try to read, and I wonder how far we would get with that.
I didn't know this was just a slander.
My do like a live stream for charity. Every word is like an extra $25 to charity.
I'll take that challenge. I know how to read. I just identify as a non-reader.
Is that how that works? I've really fucking messed up the interview process for jobs. Then if that's
you can identify now whatever you want. I think, right, Kai?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, as long as it's an object or a type of person, yeah, I think you're pretty good. You know,
noun.
Can I identify
Purell. You really wanted to.
Can I identify as a successful podcaster, or like how does that work?
No.
Fuck.
Not. Yeah.
God damn it! I hate this.
Not the way that this is going. If you're still listening,
we've only cracked the 99th position in Canada so far, so
which is pretty. Actually, like of all the countries I thought Sold Too Early would crack the top 100 for, Canada was probably not on that list.
Well, if they're listening, hey buddies, hey guys, hope you guys are all doing good.
I'm a big fan of your exports, Terrence and Phillip. And
I feel like
maple syrup.
The turmoil going on in like the Middle East area, we should be able to rise pretty quickly over there.
Well, why? Do you think that
because there'll be a lot of companies going out of business, a lot of podcasts, going under?
Wait, like in the Middle East, they don't allow people to listen to podcasts.
Right? I don't want to get too specific here, but
Are you talking about Dave, like in his?
I'm not Jewish. Get the
well,
fuck
no,
out of here.
I didn't say it like you made it.
Yes,
you
assumed.
You assumed. I didn't even say that.
That's not okay.
Oh yeah, you didn't. You assume. Fuck you.
It's not okay.
I wasn't sure if you meant.
Never mind. I'll take my point back. But I think we can get up there.
But in which country are you talking about? Palestine or?
Yeah, I don't think we know enough of the map to really.
One of those. We've had struggles, so I don't want to get too direct, but.
We can't even figure out the U.S. You really think we could fucking do a geography lesson, Kai? I actually think that'd be something we would.
I think if we put all three of our heads together, we could get about 15 of the 52 states.
52? 52 states, Kai.
States, sorry. I don't know why I said.
And you called me an idiot? This guy doesn't even know how many states there are.
50 states.
I did not bring enough alcohol to this episode.
You know what's funny is I have a buddy, and he's like a freaking literal genius, but he's like a savant, and he doesn't know, like he's like really good at like I don't know what the word is. Some people call it like tism or something, but he's got something. He's got it, whatever that is. He's got it, and he doesn't know the months of the year. But this dude's like he got his like doctorate from UCLA, so. I would say Kai's kind of in that. He doesn't even know how many states there are, but dude, this guy could sell some shit. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a stud.
Kai's our special little boy, and no one's allowed to make fun of him.
No, you don't make fun of him. Kai's been grinding, doing great, but he doesn't know how many states there are, but that's okay because you don't need to know that shit to make money. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's and no, we're not going to really touch on this super in depth, so feel free to cut me off or just not talk about it as much as you want to. But you guys are finding new avenues to grow your businesses and new successes. Mm-hmm. And it's so interesting to me because even in spite of all the stupid bullshit that we are saying that we're going to continue to say and do, we're all fairly successful in whatever we put our minds to. So it's so interesting because Kai is working with you basically full time, I would say at this point. Mm-hmm. Jocu, you are going to be in between jobs. I don't want to say inappropriately or like looking for a new position or whatever.
No, like I just like quit my job because we made enough money where I don't have to work.
So there you go. So, even better. Like for all the stupid shit that we're gonna say and do, like there is a little bit of like realness to this. Like you guys are crushing it. You don't have to get into specifics if you don't want to. It's obviously drugs. What the fuck has been going so well, and like how do you guys make sure that you fucking continue to crush it in like 2024 and beyond?
Kai?
I default to my great business partner on this one.
Well, I'll just say this, like in general, like I don't think it's that hard. Like, and maybe this sounds kind of arrogant because like obviously like I wasn't born in an area where I wasn't able to like do anything or but I would say it's not that hard to find something that if you put energy into that you can make money. I was having a conversation the other day. It's like our generation is, I mean, we everything's changed in our society as far as like automobiles have advanced, irrigation's advanced, farming's advanced. The school and classroom hasn't advanced. We're basically teaching a bunch of factory workers how to go to a factory and produce based on like grades. Like grade A came from a factory as far as like the product quality. We haven't advanced in society as far as education. I think people are taught, like I was telling Kai, I had this reoccurring dream for years that I didn't finish a class in college and I didn't get my college degree. So I lost my job. So once I started doing my own thing, or our own thing, that dream stopped because I'm not worried anymore. I know that if whatever we're doing doesn't work out, we'll find something else. There's so many other, if you just open your eyes and just look, there's so many avenues. The main thing is going and talking to people, like developing relationships with successful people. Don't hang around with a bunch of people that aren't successful. Like find people that are, some people are nice enough to share what they're doing. Not everyone is, but if they are, I think you could find something that you really enjoy and run with it. And a lot of it doesn't take, like some things, not just using a small example, like on Saturday, Kai and I used maybe, like $1,000 of our own money, and we made 1,000, I guess, in one day.
100, yeah.
So there's
you generated $1,000 in profit between the two of you, so $500 each.
At least, yeah. And then, and it didn't take any time or money. Like anyone could get like $1,000 credit limit. You could probably get more. I think Kai got a $3,000 credit limit recently.
I mean, I have a card. I've never had like a real like salary job, just my own things. And I have a Amex with like probably 15, 20. Like, it's not hard to get a credit these days. I don't think.
I'm going to stop you there a little bit. Like, no, if you don't have the finances to do something, don't.
Whoa, you can't be helping people.
Don't fucking do anything that you can't take back.
I didn't have finances to do what we did. It's just, you just got you just got to be confident and smart in what you're doing. And then once you are, you can find the money to do it, in my opinion.
Sure. But here's the thing. There are people who have not even gotten to step one yet who might hear that and then go get a credit card, Jocu and Kai, max out and fail. Because what you do,
that's okay.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's okay to fail, but you are not giving them the tools, or they might not have the tools available to be successful yet. Do not tell someone who has no money to go get a fucking Amex.
Sorry, we went too far ahead. Step one, Kai.
Hit it with this is not financial advice.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, these dickheads are not giving you financial advice.
Well, I will say,
you missed what I said. Step one is find something that you're confident in. And another thing you could do is write down, if you don't have the money, write down what you would have bought and track it, and then see how that investment would have done over time. So my point would be find what you want to do first. Say you're working a job, spend those extra hours that you have in the day, not watching TV or not doing something else, spend them learning about what you want to do. And then once you learn, start small and then progress from there. And I guess my point would be you don't need the funding right off the bat, because we got lucky in our field that, Kai and I were both successful in sports cards, and we were able to bring that money into our new field. And then once we found it out and found out that it could that it was more profitable than what we were doing, we were able to shift that money that we had earned before into our new field. So I guess we're lucky in that sense. There's a lot of people in our field that didn't start with that much money, but I'm just saying, in order to get to that point, you don't need an insane amount of funding to find things to, I guess, buy and sell, really. Is what it comes down to.
Any funding, you need to, and here's the fucking truth of it that you're kind of dancing around. You need to be willing to spend what you're willing to risk and lose.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, that might be $100, might be $500, might be $1,000, but it's money that you can afford to lose. That is the trick to all of this. Dude, I have fucking lost thousands of dollars on sports cards, especially in today's market where it sucks dick and everything continues to go down, but it's perfectly fine. I've made enough money that I've done very well for myself. The same thing. I don't fucking just only buy sports cards. I love crypto. I buy stocks every week. Hey, dickhead Kai, do you ever listen to me and buy crypto every single week, or at least reinvest 1% of your profits? You did every single time now?
Did you?
Wait, my profit?
So remember how we were sitting in Dallas together and I said to you, every time you make money on something, put 1% away and invest it.
Oh, I didn't do that part.
No.
Well, you should do that.
We did, though. We invested in what we're doing, and then it probably made way more than crypto. Boom.
Joker's a fucking idiot, Kai.
Yes, sir, Kai.
I've been putting a little bit into other investments bi-weekly.
Sure. But the trick is, if you want to do this long term, and it's not fucking quick flips here and there, it's, Kai, you're 22 or 23, however old you are. So, like, if you want to be successful when you're 63 or 53 or whatever, if you don't die early, though if you die early, then don't worry about it. Just ignore this part. But if you're intending on not, then if you invest now and properly do it and reinvest your successes into something else beyond sports trading cards, whatever you guys are doing now, or a third thing, hey, now, oh shit, I just generated $50,000, $100,000 from 1% of profits when I was a fucking dickhead teenager, young adult, jerking off and doing nothing. Oh, cool. Now I've set myself up much better.
Believe it or not, I told him to start a Vanguard account. Did I not, Kai?
You did.
So
did he listen?
I will say too quickly on what Jocu was saying earlier. I didn't even know what we're doing now was like a thing before we started doing it. Like our best revenue stream. Like I wouldn't have even thought that was like a viable thing people did. So you never really know unless you try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're dancing around it, but that's on purpose. I apologize. Like
we'll probably talk about it eventually. It's just for now, like we did tell the person that taught us that we wouldn't tell anyone. But like I said, I mean, he tells a lot of people. So eventually we might say something, but just like we could talk in generalities. It's buying and selling. I mean, there's there's so many things that you could buy and sell, like products around this time, holidays, like there's so many different books, there's so many different there's endless amounts of information that you can get for free now. In my opinion, there's no excuse not to find, if that's what you want to do. Some people like stability and like a job and like getting like a consistent paycheck, but that's never really been me. I've always wanted to get to the point where we're at now. So to me, like obviously like it took like a lot of hard work. Like Kai knows this, like he works day to day, probably harder than I do. I put in 30 hours straight because that's what needed to be done a couple weeks ago. So it's not like you just get it for free, right? Like you need to put in work, but our generation's like so afraid of like looking and doing work outside of like, here's your job, this is what you're gonna do. It's like, no, like find something in your own world that you enjoy and go find it and like figure out how to do it. And then there's like money to be made in everything. Like even if you're like handy, I mean, I know like for like speaking from experience, like it's hard to find people that know how to do stuff at like your house. Like because like our generation like all went to college, like, or like for the most part, like 50% of us went to college. And like to my knowledge, there's very little trade schools. There's very little people that like actually know how to physically do things anymore. So if you learn that, I mean, there's money in that too. It doesn't have to be like computers. It doesn't have, you could be any age and find something to do. And in my opinion, there's no excuse really at this point.
I mean, I think you just had a very well thought out and reasonable take. Are you sober? Like, what?
We went from shitting on the sidewalk to that.
Yeah, how did you get to like such a noble and like correct, in my opinion, like state? Because you're right. I don't know fucking dick about anything manual labor. I fucking complain about manual labor anytime I have to do it because I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'd rather use my brain. I'd rather work smarter, not harder. But also to your point, I work a normal job. I fucking work in YouTube advertising basically. And I'm really good at it. I really am. In an entire international company, Jocu and Kai, I legitimately think I'm the most talented person and the expert in YouTube. And I really fucking believe that. And I'm so talented at what I do that when our client fired us after 4 years, they didn't fire me. I got reassigned to a different client who is pretty fucking awesome. I'm excited to help them. But also, I probably make more from sports cards than my real job anyway. And I'm kind of just chilling a little bit, to be honest.
Would you ever work for yourself? Like, do you think like you would ever do YouTube advertising like on your own?
Nah, fuck that. I don't really want to. Like, I like knowing that if and when sports cards go to zero, which is perfectly fine, honestly. I hope sports cards go to zero. I hope sports cards go to 2020 peaks. I win either way because, you know what, financially it'd be awesome if it went back to 2020 levels because, hey, greed is good and money's awesome and I'm excited to cash out and move on or buy other cool things. But if it goes to zero, all right, I'll buy cool shit I like and I could still afford rent and like eat food and not have to shit on Jocu's street. So I win either way and I don't want to turn another thing I'm good at into a hustle, a grind. I'd rather be like, bro, I'm fucking happy. Like, what else do I need? I can do everything right. I've done everything right. What else do I really have to accomplish in this?
Kyle, what are your goals as a 22-year-old male?
Money.
Good start. I mean, I agree. Yeah.
I don't know. I think what we're doing is pretty cool. I mean, it's nice to be able to have your own schedule, not kind of. I mean, we work together, so it's not like either of us are reporting to like a boss, you know. No, don't look at me like that. But like I don't know. I mean, I think keeping up what we're doing, growing, you know, maybe bringing more people on eventually, like getting kind of like a team going would be kind of cool.
Scaling's interesting because it's hard to like when you start a business, it's hard to like figure out without having done it. Like, how do I scale? Like, where do I put money into? Like, do I like what percentage of the money coming in do you save? Which percent do you put back into the business? Recently, I talked to my boss and like at the job I'm leaving, and he like told me something like he's like a multi-millionaire, done extremely successful for himself. He basically like took the business from like a family farm business, like all the way to like one of the biggest, like largest apple packing company in California. Had at one time had the largest cherry packing machine in the world. He has a basketball gym at his house, like a legit full court basketball gym. And he's just like a real like business genius. And anytime I have a chance, that's probably why I stayed for as long as I did, just to pick his mind. But he basically told me, he's like, when I was starting out, I took only bare bones, what I needed to survive, like to pay my rent, to buy food, etc. And I put everything back in the business because I was so confident in what I was doing. And then 10 years later, I looked at it and was like, man, look at what I built. And he's like, because the best investment you can make is in yourself. And I was like, damn, that sounded kind of corny. But at the same time, it's like when you really believe in what you're doing, I think that's like 100% true.
I mean, that's why it's corny, though, is because it's the same shit you hear every time. But guess what? Stereotypes and generalities seem to have a trend of being, if not true, then at least based in some level of truthness. So, the most stereotypical bullshit you ever hear, there's probably some truth to it, whether you want to admit it or not.
Like Asians can't drive? Is that what you're saying?
Fucking God, I knew you were going to say something.
Were so close.
I knew it. We were so close to saying something like nice and kind and right, and you fucking had to screw it up. What?
I could get into the whole driving thing because there's worse there's worse groups than Asian people. I
no.
Hey, okay. Dave, have you ever wanted to like dabble in anything else, like business or like trying things or anything?
Well, here's the thing, and I've had this conversation before. I was a YouTuber before I did sports cards.
That's true. Yeah. Sorry. I guess outside of that.
What else is there?
I don't know. I mean,
there's plenty.
There's so much stuff, like just like reselling, go to garage sales, like I don't know, any like other interesting types.
Okay,
like,
Gary V.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gary V's like sell your house, sell your bed.
Okay, you know what I mean? There's so many other things you could do nowadays. I just didn't know if it was anything outside of like YouTube or cards for a try.
No,
you could literally look at every segment of like, say you were interested in computers and you knew a lot about computers, you could sell computers like PCs. If you're interested in like go into a store and merchandising and reselling, you could do that. Like there's so like if you're interested in like cars, you could do automobile repair for people or flip cars. Like if you look at any segment of anything that you look at, there's like a business or money to be made, really.
Yeah, listen, I mean, here's what it comes down to. And Kai asked a good question. I work in what I'm passionate about. My fucking 9-to-5 job is awesome. I love my job a lot of the time. Sometimes there's bullshit, which you expect in a normal job. Like, hey, 98% of the time, like, oh, my job is fucking sick. Yeah. I love what I do. I'm good at what I do.
Talk about jerking off at home.
Moving on. Moving on. Of course, only got caught with the camera on once or twice this week. It's fine. I know it's Monday, but it's fine.
Don't get a Ring camera and start, like, you know what I mean?
I have a Ring camera, but it's not in the house.
Avoid it, yeah. If you got cameras, like, you got to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
You worry me. Anyway, I don't remember the point I was... my job is awesome. Sports cards are really fucking fun. There's a lot of bullshit in our industry. I know. Oh my god, do we want to get into the bullshit of sports cards? I know, Joku, you distinctly said you wanted to talk
Kind of.
as little about it as possible, but you're in a fucking mood.
I don't think you'd be opposed to talking about this kind of stuff.
Well, I'd be more interested, like, if people, like, hadn't listened to, like, if they're interested in just sports, like, how could you be interested in sports and relate that to not just sports cards, but memorabilia, Kai?
I love memorabilia. First off, like, as you can clearly see above me, you have a Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
That's sick.
24 by 32, I believe it is, over there above my Peloton. You have a Padres game-worn jersey from opening day of 2 years ago. You have a Brett Gardner jersey over there. I have like 8 or 10 jerseys in my office that I have to hang eventually in like my real man cave whenever I get a house or whatever. Jerseys to me are much cooler. I also have, that I can't show on camera, a John Morant signed basketball inscribed Rookie of the Year, which is fucking sick. Some signed mini helmets.
You
I
like
like
felons?
What's that?
You like felons?
Ray Rice was never convicted, so fuck you.
And John Morant.
I was talking about Ja.
Oh, well, shit. I guess I'm a bad person. Whatever. It's fine.
So, Kai, like, if someone was interested in sports and didn't know anything about sports cards, do you think, like, how could they profit from knowing about sports and relating that to, like, sports cards and memorabilia, do you think?
I think it's tough with cards. If a normal person just looked at it, you could, for example, Prism, like a Prism Silver or something, and like a rookie auto. I mean, a lot of the time, the Prism Silver of a hyped up quarterback's going to outsell a dog shit auto. So if you're just outside looking in, you might think the auto, great investment, but then, the silver's better. So, I mean, I think it's kind of tough if you don't have a general understanding of what you're doing, but I think you could definitely collect. I mean, you might not make money. I think memorabilia might be the better route if you're
don't you think that by percentage we've done better just buying really cool memorabilia, putting it on our eBay, letting it sit and selling it rather than like unique stuff, rather than doing like even the day-to-day.
I guess that kind of aligns with what I was just saying. I mean, we bought some Michael Jordan like rookie year tickets and they were like graded like 3s or 4s or whatever. And I mean, we bought them for $300 or $400 and I think we've sold like 2 now. They just got bought for like $800.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah. I think there's a lot of cool things, like, especially if you're like interested in sports. Like, I would just say, like, make sure you do your research, like if you want to get into cards, because I've had like multiple of my friends try to get into it and they get wrapped up in like I guess the influencer side, like what people tell them to buy, and they get wrapped up in buying all the new guys and they don't even know, they have no idea that like a new card that's been like overproduced by like 300 times what some of this other stuff is selling for is selling for 10 times, 20 times like an unproven player, versus like you could buy like a Hall of Fame. Yeah. Dave Sweatshirt. You could buy like Hall of Fame stuff. Like even like the Jordan tickets, like even though we sold them, I mean, they're like, to me, I would rather have that or have like our Brady rookie debut ticket that we bought for like $6,000 rather than like Kenny Pickett cards during the summer we're selling for $6,000.
I mean, it's just so tough. I mean, in my opinion, Dave's in like the 1% of people where, I mean, the easiest and like kind of the only ways now to make money in cards, unless you're super lucky, is grading or like making repacks and maybe buying at like 70%. Other than that, it's really hard to make money in cards if you're not just getting lucky or buying.
Which it seems like less people are willing to sell for that now.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, Dave's in that 1% where he just like kills it with trades. He has a lot of people he knows.
Well, here you guys have opened up a lot of good questions. So let me break them down first. If you're a new collector and you're stumbled onto this podcast and you're listening to it still, first off, good fucking job. I love you. You're amazing.
You made it
if you're someone who's very passionate about sports, don't overthink it at all. If you're a Yankee fan, I like Anthony Volpe. Let me go buy a couple cards of him. Like, I spent $50 on this autograph from Panini because I don't know any better and it's non-licensed. But okay, it's cool. It's still an Anthony Volpe auto. Or I spent $100. I got this third-year Aaron Judge card. Sick, dude. Happy for you. Awesome. Good shit. You know, hey, you could have optimized that better by buying this one exact thing. Who gives a fuck? Get into it, collect. Like that. If you're a fan of the Giants and you fucking thought Daniel Jones was gonna be good, you dumb. Hey, you could have bought him for nothing.
We sold before the season, so
I nailed Daniel Jones being bad. I fucking crushed that. I hated him.
Dude, you
But
just watch him play, and you're like, how did they pay him that contract? This guy is
Because-
horrendous.
because the Giants are stupid. Anyway, if you're a Giants fan, you think Saquon Barkley is going to stay on the Giants, which he's not, most likely. Oh, I'm going to buy a couple cards of him. Oh, it's cool. And now all of a sudden, I spent $500, but I have like these 20 cards I really, really like. And oh, hey, I went to this local card show for the first time, and this guy who also likes Saquon Barkley for whatever reason wants this card. I paid $50 for it. He offered me $75. Oh, cool. I just flipped a card. That $25 pays for my lunch for a day. Oh, This is really cool. Sports cards are fun. Hey, maybe now I want to go spend a little more of a paycheck and buy a $200 card. Oh, I bought this Joe Burrow Prism card that's really common, but I lost money. I lost $30 on it because I didn't know any better. Oh, hey, maybe in the future I'll try and do a little more research.
I'd caveat that with like before that, because that's a great point. I'll bring up a story about Kai in a second, but not a bad one, don't worry. But I would say at least know the general market. You could easily go to like eBay sold and see what certain stuff is sold for, because you could think that this guy is going to be the greatest prospect of all time. He could be the greatest prospect of all time. He could do well and his market will still go down because certain guys that are Hall of Famers sell for less, like significantly, not even just a little bit less, significantly less than what a guy that's never even done anything has done. So I would say before you pour even a few $100s into someone, do your research and know what the overall market is. But then on the flip side of that, you could have someone like Kai who knew the market and found out that Jalen Johnson was going to be a freaking stud because he's a Hawk fan. So he started buying Jalen Johnson national treasures for like $200-$300, and we bought like 4 or 5 of them, and we sold quite a few of them for like $800-$900. So if you follow a team and you know someone's going to be, or you think someone's going to be really good, and then you look at their pricing, see that it's not that expensive compared to other players, then yeah, take a shot, But I would say like if you're buying Wemby autos and they're $3,000-$4,000 and they're completely overproduced, even if he's Michael Jordan, those prices aren't going to hold up.
None of these prices are going to hold up. Are you kidding me? Wait until you see this generation of QBs retire. Allen, Joe Burrow, Tua, which might be immediately because if he gets hit one time, he might his brains might explode. Herbert, T-Law, Matt Jones, LOL. But you know what I mean? Like these young quarterbacks now whose sports car prices are 100% inflated by the cost of their boxes. Wait until they start to retire, or wait until they start becoming actually ass because they're 34, 35, 36, 37, and they're no longer the hotshot, sexy prospect who is out there. Wait until then.
Well, dude, I mean, that's such a good point because I look at it and I'm like, I know Russell Wilson's not great anymore. He's okay, but I think you could probably get his NT for $1,000, $2,000 bucks.
$2,000. No, Kai, so the last 2 episodes of Sold Too Early, I've made that exact reference, and I've talked about Russell Wilson. So fuck you.
You would know that if you didn't.
I was just going to say,
hang on, I'm giving Kai shit. Kai, fuck you for not listening to our own podcast. You
wow,
you just got caught.
Okay, well, continuing my point.
That's a great point, Kai. How much is a Purdy NT?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm almost going to talk more about the Herbert, Burrow, T-Law, when those people's prices start to dip, because I think right now the only reason they're held up is because so many people have so much money into them, they'll just get crushed. So they're probably shilling stuff and buying it just to keep the market up. But
shout out to the therapist.
When those prices go down, people are going to lose their entire net worths. And I don't want to say I'm excited, but I'm so interested to see what the market does when those prices go so far down on that first hype wave of quarterbacks that I don't even know what's going to happen. I mean, those NTs were $30,000. I mean, people bought those. They're not going to sell them for $5,000. Maybe they will, but they can't hold them forever. That market's got to just eventually just plummet.
You're going to see a lot of divorces come from this as a result.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Sold Too Late podcast that is distinctly rated to be inappropriate for people. David's saying something inappropriate.
Hey,
no.
It's fucking sacred, Dave. All right, we're not calling for divorces here.
I didn't call for a divorce. I'm saying it's going to happen. It's
one of the sacraments.
Hey, what do you guys?
You
think,
would know that.
What do you think? A Herbert NT sells for in $5
Jocu, I'm not even. I was raised Catholic. You fucking asshole.
I didn't even. again, I said nothing. I
Hey.
said you would know that.
Yes, Joku. Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes.
Just randomly, what do you guys think like a Herbert NT will be worth in like 5 years?
He's so good. That's what's funny is like he's like incredible. He's like one of the best. I think he.
But from
he's
30K to what? Like what? Do you
No,
think
yeah, of course. Like I mean, yeah, like if he doesn't do anything, it's probably going to be $1,000 to $2,000.
No, that's too low. In 5 years, I think that's still too low.
I think that's too high.
If he doesn't do no, I mean, if he does not, like if he only.
Dude,
I mean,
what is Phillip
they're
Rivers?
less than 500 right now.
What is Phillip Rivers' best patch auto do?
They just lost to the Packers, right?
But that's my point. What does Phillip Rivers' best patch auto do?
Yeah, I don't.
In 5 years,
nothing.
Herbert won't have.
Wait, better question. How much does Ben Roethlisberger RPAs do? He was well accomplished.
His best RPA set is probably like $500,000.
Exquisite.
$5,000.
Here's you guys are missing the point though. Like Justin Herbert in 5 years will still be culturally relevant because he'll be 28, 29, 30. He'll still be in his athletic prime.
30, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you in 2 seconds. I'll Google it. I'm
He's
pretty
got
sure
to. He's got to do something, or else his cards to Kai. To your point, they're not going to be worth anything.
He's basically Matt Ryan. I mean,
Oh, hey, thank you, Kai.
A little bit better.
So Herbert's 25. In 5 years, he'll still be culturally relevant. I'm having a lisp today. His prices still will be up. Like he'll probably be in his athletic prime or right around there because he's not super based on mobility. He should be healthy theoretically. He'll put up good stats. So no, I think you guys are way too low on his prices at 1 or 2K. If we're talking 15 years from now, when he's like most likely retired, like probably doesn't make the Hall of Fame, like no longer really like talked about or relevant anymore. Yeah, there's a conversation there that those cards might be $1,000, $2,000, because you still have to keep in mind that like the prices of these products, dudes, are only going to go up no matter what, because these people are fucking idiots who imagine they can hit the holy grail when in reality they're not going to. The prices.
I gotta disagree, Dave.
Yeah,
I collected Matt Ryan. He won the MVP, and I bought his NTs for like $300.
But how old?
He was like 35.
But here's the thing. Let me look at what year that was for reference.
It was 2016.
Hey,
so
skipping to a different topic. But what is Herbert? Let's say, what is your guys' prediction for Herbert over the next?
He's
5
Phillip
years?
Rivers unless they win.
Hang on.
Okay, but what's going to make? I think they're getting Bill Belichick personally. That's my opinion.
I don't think that's outrageous. Kai, also for reference, the Sports Car World 2016, $300 was a lot of money.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that is the one thing that you are not really catching on to.
Well, what do you think? It's double, triple?
More. Like that's the thing. Yes.
Hey,
because
Kai, what did that one guy that took like 12 payments to pay for that Herbert 1 of 1? The guy that took 12 payments to pay us 1 payment that bought that Herbert 1 of 1, what did he pay for that card?
What are you talking about?
It just happened this week.
That wasn't a Herbert, was it?
Yeah, it was Herbert, the 1 of 1. I think it was $1 million, wasn't it? No. I wonder what that's worth now. It's probably like 50.
Isn't it crazy though? You can buy that, dude. Dave, you know the Herbert 101 did like $1 million. NT.
Yeah, the Black Prism auto.
You know the NT.
Wait,
Shield
what?
Auto. Right? What did
like during the like absolute hype, the 1 of 1 Herbert, like a group of people bought it for $1 million. It's probably worth like maybe
it's like $100,000 card.
Yeah,
right?
max. Yeah, if it auctioned, it'd probably go for.
Can you imagine buying that like a year or two ago?
I know the Prism Black did like $1 million, and I know who bought it.
Yeah.
There was another $1 million Herbert sale that. What the fuck?
Dude, I would much rather buy like a Peyton Man. Anyway,
I'd rather have a house, but you know.
So
yeah,
you guys,
a big ass house, dude.
You guys are missing the points though, because the prices of these cards, are somewhat related to how they've played, which is really funny because it should be all of that. But also it's the cost of the boxes themselves. Because Kai, the cost of an NT football box and Matt Ryan is infinitely smaller than what the cost of an NT football box is. I know it's stupid, but that's the reason why those Herbert prices are what they are, and they'll probably be higher anyway at their absolute fucking floor, whichever that ends up being in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever, because the prices of the boxes were so high to start, as opposed to Matt Ryan when they were, let's say, under the box.
Can I throw out a hypothetical just really quick?
Yes.
I'll be done with this point. let's say a Matt Ryan NT's like $500 right now. Herbert's probably like 15, 20, right?
That's what I'm trying to find. Yeah.
Okay, so based on that math, would you rather have like 35 Matt Ryans or one Herbert?
No one likes Matt Ryan.
I'm just saying, like, just what would you guys rather have? 35 Matt Ryans or one Herbert?
Well, in what sense? Because let's be real, obviously
you can do whatever you want with them.
Well,
whatever
the
we
Herbert
want
is
with the money, or
the cards. You can sell them, you can hold them, you can sell a couple, whatever you want.
I mean, but here's the thing: I don't like Justin Herbert. I don't really like Matt Ryan too much anyway. So like, I would choose Herbert, sell it, and move on with my life. If you're a true collector of the Oregon Ducks for whatever reason, or you loved Justin Herbert in SoCal, or you were like a weird transplanted Falcons fan, sure, you'd be more conflicted. But like, dude, I don't give a fuck about either of those players. I
got two questions based on us moving on from sports cards and then moving on to the next topic. I got two questions for you, Dave. Number one, would you rather have an NT that was, if anyone doesn't know, that's following this podcast for the first time, like Dave said, they say on the back of the card, this memorabilia is not from any specific. I'm not even reading. I got it here. I'll read it. Yeah, right here. The enclosed, officially licensed material is not associated, number one, with any specific player, meaning this piece of patch could be from absolutely nothing. It's probably from Walmart. Game or event, the autograph is guaranteed. So you get a real autograph with a fake piece of jersey. But to Dave's like point, and from everything behind him, wouldn't you rather have like a game used jersey from Justin Herbert? Because I guarantee they're probably not $15,000.
They're more.
Are they more for any game? I don't think they're $15,000.
For reference,
but I have a second question, so we can move on after we're done with this.
Just answer your first one.
Where's Bill Belichick going after this season?
I think I agree with you. Belichick could go to the Chargers. I also think he could retire. I do think he's fired. I do follow NFL auctions a ton. That's why I get a lot of my game used gear. Burrow jerseys, for reference, are like 40 or 50 grand when they do come up for auction on NFL auctions. So yeah, a Herbert would be probably 20 to 30K for reference. And also, hey, speaking of this, because there's one at auction right now on an NFL auction at the time of recording, Joe Burrow game worn jersey from November 6th, 2022. Current bid of 20 grand, buy it now for 75. There actually is a Herbert at auction too. I just saw this. It's at 10 grand. It has 14 days left.
Would you rather have Herbert or Burrow as a player now that Burrow's been like broken twice?
Herbert.
Like if you're starting a franchise,
yeah, like on your team, like which one do you want?
Ooh, I'm picking CJ Stroud right about now.
I'm taking CJ Stroud too.
Oh, this dude is nice.
I thought you were talking about between the two of them.
Well, I was, but then he diverted the question. But I would take Herbert.
If I was starting with any QB in the NFL right now,
that's a great one. Yeah.
I think there's a conversation for CJ Stroud. I think there's a conversation for someone like Jalen Hurts. I think there's a conversation for someone like a Justin Herbert.
Well, are we like voiding Mahomes? Or
what was the question?
Oh, I'm picking Mahomes too.
Are we like voiding Mahomes out of this, or what was the?
I was voiding Mahomes because
I was voiding
that's
Mahomes.
Number one answer for a reason.
Yeah,
I picked Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I think Stroud's my number 2 guy. Honestly, he's so good at football.
Mm-hmm.
He's so.
I couldn't put in good faith Stroud number 2 yet, just because. And also it depends on like how long you would have to like manage this NFL team, because like Jalen Hurts is incredible. I mean, obviously I'd be worried about like him aging poorly because he's more athletic. So like if I'm just worried about like 1 year and I can't choose Mahomes, like I think Hurts is.
What about Dobbs? If you could sign him, I would sign him this second.
Kill for him to be on the Falcons.
Dude, I would sign this second to like a 10-year, $200 million.
He's a free agent, right?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
He's gonna get a payday from him.
Jocu, you're on crack. Yes,
what?
Josh Dobbs will get paid, but he'll get paid like
no
$10 to $15 million.
Someone's gonna pay him like $260.
Dude, Ryan Tannehill got paid. Daniel Jones got paid.
You guys just gave Daniel Jones like
$40 million a year. I'd much rather have Dobbs. You're
both on crack.
I guarantee you someone signs Dobbs for like 2 years.
He learned the playbook in like 1 week.
There is no fucking universe where Josh Dobbs is the top 10 paid quarterback in the NFL.
Let's make a bet. I'll bet you $100 he makes
No.
over $20 million next year.
No, I will bet you that he's not in the top 10.
That gets dicey with guarantees and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's make the bet right now. Then and Kai can officiate. $100 bet. Here is the stipulation: Josh Dobbs, in annual average paid, not guarantees, annual money made per year. So whatever it ends up being, if it's 10 years, $260 million, it's $26 million. So it's 5 years, $100 million, it's $20 million a year. His annual value per year will not be in the top 10. I'll bet you $100 right now.
Kai, I gotta talk to my advisor. Kai, should I take that or no?
If you believe in him, I would. I think he's gonna get a short deal with high AAV, so I would take that if I were you.
Top 10, I think he's gonna be paid over $20 million a year. Do you want to make that bet?
The thing is, that's not very much.
Yeah, I
kind of
I'm
in
a
the moment, I
mutual
kind of
rate.
think that called 15, like I said, is pretty low. 20 million probably.
I
would
think
be what
20
happened.
mil for a starter non-rookie
Here's
would be
here's
like
the issue though. Just like it sounds like a lot of money, but like the way the NFL is too, it's like it's so fucking crazy because you are right. Daniel Jones did get paid 40 million, but
and
still,
he
like,
sucks.
yeah, no, I know that. But like,
And if you're a
Josh
Giants
Dobbs-
fan, that sucks, dude.
Josh
If you have to
Dobbs-
watch them play, they are a JV team. They're trash.
not even
Yes,
letting him
dude.
answer the question, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just making a statement on that.
You're not wrong on any of those statements. Josh Dobbs on the Cardinals this year was probably the 20th best quarterback in the NFL, maybe 25th.
Mhm.
On the Cardinals because they were
suck.
bad.
Yeah.
He was not good. He was not good. So is the last 2 or 3, whatever 3 games I believe it is that the result of better coaching? Is that better weapons on the Vikings? Is he really much better than at the ceiling, the 15th, 16th best quarterback in the NFL? I don't think so.
Who's the 15th or 16th best quarterback in the NFL?
It might be him. It realistically might be him.
Aren't there like 10 rookies starting right now?
There are 10 rookies who have started a game this year, yes.
I would say like
Kyler.
no, he's more higher than that. There's some mid quarterbacks right now in the
Like
NFL.
Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, Ritter's probably like 28. Can I say something about Stroud though? I was just thinking about it. Like he's doing this. His
So
receiver,
I'm pulling up QBR for
I want to hear it.
No.
I want to hear
No.
Kai.
Stroud is
hang on,
Stroud-
1 second.
Stroud.
Stop 1 second. I pulled up the total QBR of the 2023 NFL season right now. Josh Dobbs is 14th for reference by QBR. That's just one stat. It's not everything.
He runs.
Every conversation. He's 14th.
Kai.
Okay,
Go on.
What are you gonna say
CJ
about
Stroud. He's throwing a Tank Dell and Nico Collins and has Devin Singletary as his running back.
Tank Dell looks good.
If they get like a good receiver, like a Marvin Harrison type, or a good running back, like a Bijan or something, and they get good O line, like
Whose
he's
draft
doing
pick
this
do
with
they
like
have?
randoms. What?
Whose draft pick do they have?
They don't have a first round pick, or they have
Oh,
one if they do, because they traded
He
up.
traded it for Will
Will
Anderson.
Oh, that's right. But what about for the Bill Cosby guy they traded? Did
Oh,
they get-
Watson.
yeah.
You know what? They might have the Browns pick, right?
No, they might have traded it, but yeah.
They might have done something.
Will
like
Anderson's good too.
But yeah, I'm just if they ever get like a number 1 and then have Tank Dell and Nico and a good running back, like they're going to be probably one of the best teams in the AFC.
It was funny. I was
So
oh, go ahead.
I checked. Texans have 8 picks in next year's draft. They have a pick in every round but the 6th, extra selection in the 4th and 7th. They did trade their first round pick in the Will Anderson deal, but yeah, the pick from the Brownies
The Bill Cosby
and
one.
the Sean Watson deal is like their first rounder. So it's not theirs, it's
Yeah.
the Brownies.
Kai and I were talking about that, like how insane it is, like how much guaranteed Deshaun Watson got, and he's really only had one good half of football in his entire tenure, and now he's injured.
Correct.
It's kind of, if I don't want to say karma.
Isn't it crazy they're so good though?
Yeah, they're great too. Their defense is amazing, honestly.
Imagine they had Josh Dobbs.
Oh, they
did.
had.
I
They
know.
had.
That was
Good
the
point,
joke.
Kai.
Yeah,
Good
that
point,
was-
Kai. They cut him for what's the
Dude.
dude that just played this last week?
Dorian Thompson
TTR.
Robinson.
Dude, they had a stat that was like Dobbs was inactive for 81 games before he ever started a game.
Wow. And he's been
Yeah.
on like what, like 20
half the
games?
teams probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steelers, Titans, Browns,
Cardinals.
Cardinals,
Does he have that thing that Will Smith's wife has?
alopecia, or whatever it's called. No, that's the wrong.
He just
Is
looks weird.
that what it's called? Hang on.
Cancer, I think.
Jesus.
Gonna mute that one in editing. Good job, Jocu.
I'm just saying, if he played through that, like that's like a whole nother level of
He
adversity.
does not have cancer.
They
No,
call him like
what's
the
wrong with you?
astronaut.
Cancer now.
I was right. Alopecia. Yeah, it's where you not able to grow hair. Yeah, I know. I was
That's what
on
he
right
had.
there.
Oh, he actually has some sort of like disease.
Yeah, that's a
I just
thing.
thought he looked weird.
I thought he was
You
an
guys are-
alien. If we want to,
You guys got that fucking fourth grade education. So
I
Dom
thought he
John-
showed up from another planet. It was like,
Oh, you
listen,
know what? I think I
give me
did
the
see some
ball.
like Make-A-Wish thing earlier this season. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's fucked up.
You guys are both Make-A-Wishes.
going
Anyway,
to
and
hell,
they
Ty.
failed. You guys are unsuccessful Make-A-Wishes.
If you want to hear my
Dom-
theory, I thought that he dropped from like one of those saucers that's been flying around, and he's like, listen. Like, you're gonna go take over this league because they're real popular, and
He's
you're gonna
not
bring,
taking over the league. He's
You're-
been very fine.
and
Are
you're
you
bringing,
on crack?
you're bringing back championships.
Dude, you know
off
how good the
planet.
Jets would be if they had him?
Ooh.
You know how good the Jets would be if they actually had any quarterback?
Dude, Wilson fell like I did in Tallahassee, Kai, when he was like walking down onto the field.
I've never seen a human being fall more in my life than Jocu.
Dude, that's like, it never happens to me either. Like, you guys didn't want to hop on scooters with me because you were scared. So I took it around this dirt patch, and then the dirt turned into rocks. Sorry, like Tallahassee, like you said, Dave. Like, bunch of idiots that run the city. And I hit the rock and flew off the scooter because Kai didn't want to run with me, and I was coming back to come get him, you know?
Anyway, I stand by what I said. You guys are both fucking idiots. Dobbs has been on the Steelers, Jags, Steelers, Browns, Lions practice squad, Titans, Browns practice squad, Cardinals, and Vikings. And you guys are both on crack in terms of what you think he's going to get paid. He's been fine.
They were a field
like-
goal away from winning 3 games in a row.
Okay, that's fine. He's been good. He's been fine. He's been acceptable. Yeah, the Brownies probably better off if they had him. The Jets better off if they had him. The Jets are fucking
The
stupid.
Falcons better off if they had me.
Tim Boyle is fucking an NFL starting quarterback. You know what Tim Boyle's college stats are? They're fucking atrocious.
I saw that. That is. Can you pull that up or something?
I'm working on it.
John, have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Tim Boyle's
Dude.
passing stats in college are like, I could
It's
throw
bad.
for more yards than he did.
Dang.
He has like 3 touchdowns in college.
No, it's not that. It's not that bad. but
It
it's
was bad. It was
And I beat
bad.
you 5-0 in
No,
basketball, so
no.
that really says a lot.
I didn't know you were an undefeated
Boyle.
intramural champion quarterback.
All right, shut up. Tim Boyle played for 2 colleges. He played for the UConn Huskies. In parts of 3 seasons, he threw for 1 touchdown and 13 interceptions in
How
3
seasons
seasons.
the hell?
Then, I'm not done yet. He transferred to East Kentucky. He sat out a year. Then in 2017, he threw for 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Tim Boyle was shockingly undrafted. Tim Boyle has also played in the NFL a couple of games. In 18 career games, he has started 3. He's 0-3. What a shocker. He has thrown for 3 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
What made someone be like, oh yeah, I want him on my team after that kind of performance? Silence. Cricket.
Moving on, I
He's
don't
been in the NFL for like 6 years.
That's
He's
nuts.
been in the NFL since 2019 or 2018.
That's
Doesn't
crazy.
say.
He's so useless, dude.
So I don't know the point I was trying to get to, but yeah, there is a legitimate chance he is one of the worst starting quarterbacks ever. I would throw Ryan Lindley in there if you guys remember him when he was on the Cardinals.
I have a Contenders PSA 10 auto of him in my closet.
That's so, dude. Him, John Skellington.
I have his auto.
I'm trying to
Oh,
think, like,
we gotta start a terrible athlete PC.
well, I'm avoiding Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf, Achilles.
They like sell though if you have cool cards.
The Jamarcus Russell cards sell for quite a bit, the high end ones.
Yeah.
I would buy a Jamarcus Russell and CRPA. I don't know. They might have National Treasures in
It was
2007.
exquisite.
They did,
It was
yeah.
exquisite, wasn't it? Oh,
He's Calvin's here.
Yeah, he was. Wait, yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was the number 1 pick.
He was Patrick Willis, Calvin,
Yep.
all that. Yeah, Adrian Peterson, Ted Ginn Jr.
It's a weird one, but yeah.
I remember Ted Ginn.
Over Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn. Yeah,
Marshawn
he tried to fight me at the National.
Wait,
He did. Can vouch.
What happened?
You should have sued him.
Nothing. I should have let him hit me and been like,
Yeah.
yeah, dang it. I should have.
Can you tell the story?
Yeah, no, it's such a non-story. It's just like I was in line to get drinks because Kai and I were pounding Jack and Cokes the whole National, just cooking. And yeah, Marshawn Lynch just cut the entire line. And I was just standing there, and then everyone crowded us, right? Because he's Marshawn Lynch. I was like, oh, sick. Marshawn, beast mode. And he's just like, you better back the fuck up or else I'm... And then he's like, someone beat this guy's ass. And I was like, I didn't do anything. Normally, I would have been like, yeah, I probably should get my ass beat, but I didn't do anything. So Marshawn just wanted to fight me.
I like Marshawn Lynch. She's my favorite athlete, so oops.
I don't care.
I would have loved to beat your ass.
I still have an NT. It would have been great if he beat my ass.
I would have bought more of him. I would have been more of a collector. But like, yeah, you beat my friend's ass.
Me
Awesome.
too, dude. Imagine how much money I would have gotten if he would have just slugged me for no reason.
He could be broke for all you know. Maybe that's why he was there. Dude, the autograph signers at these shows, it is so funny and a little sad how they're just the same fucking people at every show.
Like,
Oh boy,
Allen
Pete Rose.
Iverson.
Oh boy, Pete Rose is here again. Michael Vick, Allen Iverson. Oh wow, what a shock!
How much
Oh
do
my
they pay
God.
them? Does anyone know?
I couldn't tell you.
Probably like
Lawrence
20,
Taylor
20.
is here again. What
You think they
Lawrence
pay him
Taylor's broke.
20,000 for an hour?
No, 20 an autograph.
No, they wouldn't do
I-
it for that. would
I
they?
think it's more than $20 an autograph. I think it's more. I think it's probably more than 20 grand per like appearance too. I'm sure they get an appearance fee and then like a bonus. I couldn't tell
I
you.
mean, it's an hour, isn't it?
An hour or two. I imagine it's like, let's say it's 50 grand plus 1% or 10% of all autograph sales or whatever it would be. I don't fucking know.
Did Dallas even make $50,000 in tickets?
Dallas? Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
No.
Dallas? Dude, the tickets are like $20 a pop per day. You know how many people are in that show?
That'd be like 4,000 tickets, wouldn't it?
No, Kai.
Or 3,000? That'd be 3,000 tickets, yeah.
My brain's hurting. We need a little guy to do math for us. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah, but
it'd be 2,500 exactly to get to $50,000, but there's no chance 2,500 people are going to Dallas, is there?
I think you're low. So yeah, for reference, 20. It would be.
It'd be funny if they got paid per signature, and so I was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And they're like, "Keep it fucking moving, Junior. I get paid per autograph, not per picture. Keep it moving."
For reference, at $20 a pop, Kai, would be 4,000 people for $80,000. But it's 3-day shows. There's VIP passes. There's food and drink. There's other things the Dallas Card Show sells. For instance, there's tickets they sell to the athletes. Like, yeah, getting in price is just one aspect. And also, yeah, 3 days too. So you're like, I think you're a little off.
This won't age well, but Chiefs and Eagles play tonight. What do you guys got?
I can tell you what I got.
Oh,
Eagles,
did you do
probably.
another parlay, dude? I was watching. Kai was one touchdown away from how much was it? $500. I was watching last night.
Yeah, so yesterday I made a little parlay action. I had a 4-leg touchdown scorer parlay. I had CMC, he scored.
Got it.
Brees Hall, he scored.
Nailed it.
Darrell Henderson Jr., which was a shot in the dark, he scored in the fourth quarter.
Got it.
And then Jordan Addison just couldn't come through. He was
And you know what? That was probably, if you were to tell me one of them, it would be CMC and then Addison, the way he's been playing. Dang.
So when I was in Chicago for the Spectacular, I put a parlay together. Underdog is actually not legal in New Jersey, at least in terms of like the pick'ems. So like higher or lowers, but it is in Illinois. So I went to the Bulls Magic game on Friday night, and I put the higher on DeMar points, Franz Wagner points. I put the higher on Paulo and the higher on Levine, but I put insurance. It had all 4 of them hit. I would have gotten $5,400, but because of insurance, I won $1,350.
Not bad.
No.
I can go ahead and throw we'll see how this ages, but here's my parlay for tonight. We got $10 to win $260.
Ooh.
We have AJ Brown, over 99.5 yards, so 100.
Got it.
Jack Stoll, which is the tight end filling in for whatever his fucking name is.
Dallas Goedert.
Over 9.5 yards.
Ooh, and he's the number 1 tight end?
Yes. Travis Kelce over 49.5. Rashee Rice over 24.5. Marquez Valdez whatever his name is, over 24.5. Devontae Smith over 49.5. The tight end guy with 2 catches, and AJ Brown over 6.5 catches.
It's a lot of parlay. It's a lot of like steps for.
Do you only do overs too?
No, I mean, I don't like to root for people to not get a number, so I just do overs most of the time.
Yeah, I like overs.
Positive Patricelli over.
Yeah, I know. But I have
Unders are so fucking annoying. An under hitting, under missing is much worse than like an over not hitting.
I agree. I have a Julio Jones first touchdown score at plus 3,000 too.
Is that just the straight bet?
I have that one, and then a Jack Stoll at $5 to win 255. I think if anyone's gonna place a bet, you guys should throw 5 on that.
On the
Jack Stoll, the tight end, of 5 for $255. He's plus 5,000
to what? Score a touchdown?
First touchdown score.
Oh, first touchdown. I hate scoring.
Let me get the 2 touchdowns and the yards on him parlay.
2 touchdowns?
No, 2 receptions. Sorry, 2 receptions. I can't.
Too many money in my DraftKings.
I can't bet here in communist California. You know what I mean?
Communist California.
I gotta drive to freaking the Indian casino just to play a slot.
Is sports betting not legal in California?
It just became legal in Florida like a week ago.
Wow.
We voted on it, and apparently, my side didn't win this time.
All right, this can definitely keep going, but I think an hour and 15 in, pretty good. Anything you guys really want to touch on? We actually kept it pretty on track. The first 20 minutes was us just fucking screaming at each other, being offensive, but like we actually got to like some wholesome, like good content there for a while.
I thought we were doing an hour 30. It's a month, every month podcast.
We can keep going. Yeah, I don't care. Like that. God, whatever your name is, Jocu. That's the great thing about the fucking whatever we're doing. We make the rules. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Kai, sign us off whenever you're done.
we can keep going.
You wanted to keep going?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what the people are gonna want. They're gonna get.
Okay.
Wait, who do you guys have tonight? We never picked who we have. We just
I asked the question and no one.
Gambling.
Yeah, what the heck?
I said Eagles.
I like the Eagles. I think that their tush push things now that like watching it across the NFL and seeing how many teams are going for it on 4th and 1 and not getting it, like it's such a huge advantage, short yardage situation for them to get that.
Isn't it crazy how no one else can do it?
Yeah, it's like, and they want to ban it. It's like that's like if you would have banned the forward pass when first homie was slinging, like, oh, you can't throw it forward because this guy could throw it more than the other losers.
I think if everyone was converting them, they would probably look at it more, but if it's just them and maybe every once in a while, I don't know why you'd.
They're trying it with position players too, and it's like just not working. It's like,
I know they took Bryce. I know the Falcons are playing the Panthers earlier in the year, and they took Bryce Young out to do that play because he's too tiny, and they put in the backup.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take Bryce Young out and just not put him back in for the rest of the year. I think you guys should go back to the tape. I called that when we were talking about it. I think you had me on one time. And we were talking about QBs of like this current class. I think I said Will Levis was going to be in. Granted, who knows?
Anthony too.
Did I say Richardson?
Yeah.
Richardson is good. I mean, injuries suck.
Did I say Stroud? I think I said Stroud.
It's going to be a really good QB class, I think, long term.
I think I nailed all the QBs I thought were going to be bad this year, which is fun. The ones who I thought would do well, I think I had like Allen and Burrow and Herbert, those guys, and like. Yeah, it's pretty much a miss, but like that's not really my fault. Like it's more of like circumstance with those guys. But no QB is really dominated this year.
Except for CJ Stroud. Kyle, you got to get back to your CJ Stroud point. I don't think Dave let you finish.
I mean, I was just saying, I think if they get some actual like high pick players around him, like if they're this good without any top draft picks on offense, like
you don't need that per se. I mean, yeah,
what I'm saying, you don't need it, but if they have the luxury they already have a pretty good defense.
You don't like Tank? That dude's catching.
Tank's insane, but he was a second, third, fourth round pick.
Yeah, well, that's just good drafting. I mean, hey, Devontae Adams is going to be available this offseason allegedly, and the Jets try to get him. Why not?
I would.
He's going to the Jets.
He's going to the Jets. I agree with you.
CJ Stroud makes throws that like
He's
almost no, like he reminds me of Justin Herbert. Honestly,
his quote.
What did he say?
He was like, they asked him about his interceptions. He was like, Steph Curry doesn't stop shooting threes.
Oh yeah,
That's
So,
a good answer.
That's such a good answer.
Yeah, that is a good answer.
He's like,
He's just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. You know what I mean? That's what he probably said. No.
You guys want to talk sports card drama at all, or like you want to just like stick to?
Are we talking like Rob, or what are we talking?
Yeah, because I was gonna. So we had this conversation in a group chat, Kai, about like there are some conversations that had happened a couple months ago at this point, where I guess around the national, like that conversation. Do you want to go into that or no? Because I think that's a good like thing
about like what we were gonna do with like our John. You remember about this? Like the how we're deciding where to like do this. For our like pod. How about how we were kind of like deciding between Rob wanted us to do. I don't know. Maybe you can explain it. But I don't really.
Well, he just wanted us to join like our. First of all, I love Rob. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, Rob is a really good guy.
He is a good guy, but I like Rob a lot as a person. But what he's done, and the way his reaction has gone, has really kind of wiped out a lot of good.
I like his reaction. He owned it. Like he said what he did.
No, he didn't. He really didn't.
He did. Did he not? He had a video that I did it. I should have paid. Like, and people called him out for it. And he's like, "You're absolutely right. I should have paid. Like, I should have any amount that I bid from now on. I'm gonna pay for it."
But here's the thing: he said all that, and then a day later deleted all his social media. So basically, means everything he said does not fucking matter.
He's deleted his like IGs and stuff.
He's done. He's off IG at this moment in time. He fucking muted his podcast. His YouTube is.
I didn't know that. Jeez.
That seems excessive. I feel like people like in life can make mistakes. I mean,
yes, that's what I'm saying. So like, while he could have, and he did say good things and an apology, the next day he fucking wiped everything. So
you think it's just because he thought like it wasn't like the negativity wasn't worth like being around for it?
I don't know. A lot of good he's done is now moot. The years that he has built up this like reputation really has taken an impact now, and running away from it the way he has is really, really negative. That's what I was trying to get to. And I wanted to talk about the parallel of how your guys either consignment service at the time, because you guys sponsored a trade night at the National with him, or either the Sold Too Late podcast or whatever you guys would have called it. You would have been brought under the Wolfpack Network. Like there is you guys could have been part of that, and then you might have gone down with the ship, ironically.
I will say, if you run a consignment business, God bless your soul. Is that what you're going to say, John?
Amen. No, I was just going to say we don't lose like that, so that's why we didn't even ever consider.
Yeah, Dave's our day one homie.
Yeah, Dave, when he brought it up, I was like, you know what? Well, first question I asked is like, could we cuss? And he's like, oh, we prefer not to. And I was like, you're not going to probably like what we fucking have to say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it was like, there wasn't really a decision. He just wanted us. When we told him we were thinking about doing a podcast, he's like, well, you guys should hop on the Wolfpack Network. We're starting a podcast network for other people that are like starting to get their, the word out there. And then, and then he was like, oh, I'd like to see Dave's numbers versus Rob. And we were like, we don't really care, because once we all hop on the thing, our numbers are going to go crazy if we don't get canceled.
Did you really try to compare my pot?
He was, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been here for a year.
Yeah, dude, that was the main thing. I think he was like.
He also called us fat. I'm not trying to start something, but
this was in like June. I mean, we would have been what, like 8 months in ish. But still, I mean, I don't know how long he's been doing his podcast for, but I mean, that's not even a fair point.
I love Rob though. I still think he's a good guy.
He was, the times I've met him, he's a really good guy. I don't really know a lot about this whole thing, but it does kind of suck. Yeah.
You guys can curse all the fuck you want. I don't care.
Yes, sir. That's why you're in charge.
As long as you pay for your eBay auctions, I don't care what you do. And what's funny,
we can kill someone and get away with it, but if we
no, you still have to abide by all the laws in your local areas. I don't care what you say on this podcast.
Nice.
Oh, it is funny.
Don't say that to Kai. He's gonna start dropping some really
Kai's been
interesting takes.
Kai and I have been hosting a podcast, I think, together for the past year. Whenever he wants to make a guest appearance on Soul Too Early, that's great.
Kai's busy. What do you want from him?
He's busy fucking just not listening. Like Kai answers his phone like my grandmother. He'll answer me in like a day or two.
Oh,
I try my best.
You're doing try better.
Kai, I think you're doing great. You should keep doing.
You suck. Do more.
No, I think this is really fun. We definitely need
This is
to
better.
like monthly, probably, right? Like you said, monthly.
No,
like,
this is a monthly podcast. This is a special. Like if Soul Too Early comes out every Wednesday, this might come out either on like the 1st of the month or the 30th of the month or like whatever it would end up being. I don't fucking know. Hey, guess what? I'm running it. I don't fucking care. We do whatever we want because we call the shots.
I'm a little disappointed, Dave, that you said that in order to start this podcast, we have to have a Jack and Coke, and that you would encourage other people, even underage, to start drinking, and that you're only having a beer. That's a little offensive to me.
Well, you see, rules exist for others. They don't exist for me.
Oh, that makes sense.
That is probably the most
That's some white privilege if I've ever heard it.
yeah, that's pretty fucked up, Dave.
No, you don't. No, you see, rules don't apply to me because I am the host. And I can also edit this to make sure that you sound worse than I do.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have the power of Final Cut. You don't.
Ah, dang.
You want to edit this podcast, Jocu?
I knew I should have negotiated. I should have went with Rob. Damn it.
But
Just
then
kidding.
you'd be canceled.
Yeah,
You would be the number one reason for cancellation, not the shilling.
He would have never had to deal with any of that. Honestly, he probably would have had to deal with something that I said.
Casual racism or just actual racism.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Come on.
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
Only white kid in my neighborhood growing up.
I don't even. Yeah.
Kai, you should just be quiet.
I'll just be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we could make jokes, right? I mean,
Dave, sign us off with a racial slur.
what?
Wow. Hi,
I knew it. I told you he's worse than me. No matter how far you made it in this podcast, you gave him free reign to say whatever
Dave's
you said.
over
You
here-
could say whatever you want. And that was a mistake. I knew right when you told
I'm not
Kai
saying
that.
anything.
I knew that was a huge problem because I'm just saying.
And cut to black. Podcast ends right there. Next shot you see is Jocu and I getting arrested.
I'd pay to see that.
I'm too good looking to go to prison. I'm not trying to get, You know what happens in prison, Kai? You drop the soap and then boom,
Dead.
raped.
And goodbye. That's all we have to
Hey,
say.
thanks everyone for
That was a
listening.
great episode, guys. We'll see you.
I appreciate
again.
it.
Couple
See you
weeks
after my
from
court
now.
summons. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Love you.